Good morning. Welcome to Bailey's and Tea Saturday. How are you? I'll give you a few minutes to pop on because you're probably forgetting that I'm live this morning. And I'm trying to get my second device to work here and it doesn't seem to want to cooperate. So, technology. As you jump on, say hello. Let me know you're out there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Morning, Rhonda. How's the weather where you are? Yep, I don't think this second device is going to work. So I will try and do my best and watch comments on my phone once I flip you around and hook you up to the above holder. It's hot there today. Well, that's a good thing. It's hot here too. It's supposed to be 28, 29-ish, I think. So I'm going to work. So, I'll be in some air conditioning here and there. Cheers. So it feels like my first show again because I haven't been around and, working out all the new fun things that Facebook has introduced. So obviously my second device won't work. So we'll fix that later. But I just wanted to pop on so you can see my face again, know that I'm still here, I'm still alive, and still creating and crafting and organizing my craft room and, doing all that fun stuff. So we will pop you around to my desktop and we will talk about what we're going to have a play with today. Good morning, Valerie. And I will show you some fun stuff. Okay, so give me a second. I'll flip you around. If you get dizzy, look away for a second while I do that, and we'll get started. Oh, that was pretty seamless, I think. Pretty darn close anyways. Sorry about the glare on what we're playing with here. So yeah, like I say, I'm going to try and watch comments as best I can from above. I'll just get my chair out of the way and then I can stand up and I should be able to see them. All right, so you'll see on my desktop that I'm going to have a play with, you love this bundle, Valerie? Oh, good. I'll give you some inspiration for it then. So the vintage bottle punch goes with both of these. And one is in the annual catalog on page, let me just find my little cheat sheet here, on page 16. So that's the bottle of happiness. And it's got some fun little sets that can be used for messages, for happiness. Why not? Like, does that not grab your attention when you see it in the catalog? And it's lots of fun. And then the vintage Christmas came out in the July to December mini, and it's on page 63. And it coordinates with the punch with that bottle there. So we've just got some different styles of bottles, as you'll see in both of these. I'm making sure not to get too much glare there. That you get some different looks with it. I like this sort of vintage look of bottles. I tend to collect a lot of the kombucha bottles, those brown bottles. The cleaning company that I get my homemade cleaners from, they do all of their packaging in those brown bottles or in clear glass bottles, and I absolutely love it. And it reduces packaging, of course, because she takes them back and refills them, and it's wonderful that way. So, and there's just some great sort of Christmassy sprigs and stuff like that. And then, of course, you've got your flowers and your sprigs in this one as well. So they combine very well together, which you will see in a few of the samples I'm going to show you. And it's just a great addition if you love bottles and sort of that vintagey look. Okay, so I'll put those out of the way close by because I think I'm going to need them in a second. What else can I show you? So what grabbed me about the vintage Christmas stamp set was the sample that they made in the catalog. It made me want it right away. So I've recreated it using, underneath you'll see which is no longer available from the Celebration, but that soft seafoam card pack. That's one of the envelopes that I've just cut the inside out of. So I'll just grab one and I'll show you, because if you were lucky enough to get any, you'll see that you can, cut apart things and use things in different ways. So, oh my goodness, the packaging is tight. So the envelope basically goes pattern paper all the way to the bottom. and I've just cut that up, and then I've used that as my background. So if you have those and you love the paper, but maybe don't want to use the envelopes or want to use them as designer series paper, you can. So this sample is pretty much recreated exactly as the catalog did it, other than that designer series paper in the back. And then you'll see inside the bottle shaker dome, which you can get in the Anio catalog, that I've got those effervescent bubbles, I think they're called, and some little bit of sequins there. Hopefully the camera will pick that up well enough and I'm not getting too much glare there. But isn't that fun? And then just a little tag. So nice and simple, easy, very vintagey Christmas, I think. So that's what attracted me to this bundle to begin with. So today we're going to have a play with a bunch of different things out of both catalogs, and this is the card that we're going to recreate. So you'll see here that it uses the rings embossing folder on the background. We've used the beautiful shape dies, those lovely hexagons and circles that come in that. We've used the stylish shapes, which are our new stitch circles, squares, and banners. So we've used one of those, and then I've just cut off the end, which you'll see in a minute. And then I've done two different versions of the bottle. So I've used Crystal Effects. Now it has retired, but if you happen to have some in your stash, that is the look that you're going to get with it, which is kind of fun. But if you don't have it and you just have Wink of Stella, I'm hoping the camera will pick that up. I've just colored it on the side with Wink of Stella. I'll kind of move it around, see if the camera will pick up that little bit of shimmer. It still gives you the same sort of effect. It just doesn't have that real pop of the, I'll put them side by side here and you can see. It just doesn't give you that real big pop of the crystallized sort of glassy look. But you can still do it with Wink of Stella and you'll still kind of get the same look. But if you happen to have that Crystal Effects in your stash, then there you go. So let's create this card here. So I've got all my pieces. It's pretty simple and easy. So you're just going to emboss your craft card base. So 8.5 by 4.25. Holy, that took me a minute. Scored in the middle, and then just emboss through the rings of, what is that one called? I can't remember the names of anything, guys. I've been so tree rings, hybrid embossing folder. That's it here. And then it's got that die set that fits right in and cuts those all out for you. I've been off too long. I can't remember the names of anything. So how's everyone's weekend going so far? I know it's just the start of it, but with it nice weather everywhere, you might be having some outdoor plans going on. As I said, I have to go to work for a little bit, but then I will be home to enjoy. Just getting a quick little die stem out of there. All right, so looks like I cut this one in the wrong size, but you'll see on the sample there that it's cut one size bigger, but that's okay. We'll work with it. It'll be fine. So I've cut the hexagons out of Evening Evergreen, and we're just going to layer on. So this is out of the this returning paper, which is Painted Christmas. That's just the backside of this piece here. You'll see where I cut out my hexagons. That Painted Christmas paper is gorgeous and goes very well with this vintage Christmas stamp set as well, because it's sort of got a vintagey look to it. So we're just going to layer these designer series paper pieces in the hexagons. Weekend's good so far, Valerie? Good stuff. My hubby comes out of your neck of the woods here next Saturday, so I've been finishing up all my projects that I've been doing while he's been gone. so that everything's all back to normal when he arrives home. And he'll either love it or curse me. Who knows? I'm sure he'll love it. All right, so then we're going to place this down, and we're just going to sort of lay these ones out so that we kind of have an idea where this big one should go. So we call that staging, so that we don't have things hanging off the end. You'll see on this one I had to cut it off because I had it too close. So I'm just putting dimensionals on the back of these hexagons. I say he's at a retreat camp, Valerie. Because he's having way more fun than I am. He's off hiking and getting massages and oh my goodness, and I'm here slaving away and looking after the 2 fur kids and the house and working and the whole 9 yards. He's coming back to reality though, I'll tell you. There's gonna be no lounging about. Get to work. All right, so we've got those down where we want them. So now I've already pre-done the bottle. So I've done it in Crystal Effects again, but like I said, I showed you it with Wink of Stella, and it looks just as nice. So we'll put just a couple dimensionals on the side here. Oops, I put them on the wrong side. Guys, didn't tell me. Yeah, I wish it was my turn. Oh, let's just start over. So if you follow me on my pages, obviously, you'll see that I finished up night shifts on the 15th, which is awesome. It's taken me all week to kind of get used to it because I'm so used to, you know, get home at 4 o'clock and then go, okay, I have 3 hours before I have to, you know, disappear to work at 7:30ish for night shift, and I don't got to do that anymore. So it's kind of nice. So I've been down here sort of catching up and getting things under control. So you will see a little more regularity to my pages and all of postings and stuff like that. So then on the background, now it's hard to see on the original that I did splatter it. So what happens with your blends is that it goes lighter because of the alcohol in them. So I'm using not crumb cake, I'm using soft suede and the light one. And I'm just going to flick it. So to flick, you're just going to take that brush end very, very, very lightly. Please be careful with your blends. And just flick it off the cap onto the cardstock. And if you wanted to go a bit darker, so as that dries, it's going to be like very, very subtle in the background because of that alcohol drying. If you wanted to be darker though, you could use, in your darker shades, you could use your SU 100 or 200 to kind of get like an actual darker shade, or you could use, of course, your soft suede or early espresso markers as well to kind of get the same look of splatter. You could also, if you still have your what's it called, chalk marker, you could do the white splattered as well. So this little die cut out of Early Espresso I got from the Honeybee Home die set, and it's just like a little sprig of flowers and stuff like that. So we're just going to insert that into behind our bottle, and I'm just trimming off these little ones at the bottom because they kind of stick out, these little leaves. So I'm just trimming those off. So I've got a little bit of a longer stem there, and we'll kind of just stage that in to make sure we like where it is. I think that'll work. And I'm just going to grab a bit of Tombow, and I'm just going to flip that up and put a little bit in behind there. and just hold it down for a moment, and then we'll attach the top ones. So this card is pretty simple and easy, nothing too complicated about it, but I think it turned out pretty nice. And you could use any designer series paper that you wanted to. Oops, that's not sticking down there. We'll just hold that for 2 seconds while we talk. Right, Rhonda? No more nights. I know, I'm pretty excited. I still can do nights. I switched to a different company, so I still can do nights if I want to, but generally they're closed during the days, so I can go in the afternoon. So that's today. I'm gonna get 2 of my buildings done, and then tomorrow I'll do my other 2. So out of this, we're gonna use A Very Merry Christmas to You, and I'm gonna stamp that in early espresso just to bring in that early espresso from our cardstock and our sprig. And I'm just going to stamp that on my little banner tag that I cut off the edge, because I'm going to tuck that under my bottle, obviously. Just let that dry for a second, and then a little bit of seal on the back of that, and I'll just tuck it under my bottle, right like that. Isn't that cute? Wait till you see the other ones I got for you. You're gonna love them. Okay, and then we're gonna bring in a couple new products. This is a returning one, the gold holly leaves, which are gorgeous. And then these are called, they're not called what they say on the package. They're called something else. So if you get these and it's got the wrong name on the package, it's just a misprint. In the catalog, they're called Festive Pearls. They're on page 31. And they've got the gold, the silver, oops, I'm pulling them off with my fingers. Gold, silver, soft succulent, and I believe it's cherry cobbler. Let me just look so that I'm not lying to you. If you have the catalog, like I say, page 31, and what does it say? Yeah, cherry cobbler, I guess, right. So aren't those gorgeous? I love them. So we're going to take a large holly leaf and a small one. I'm just going to dig through my little package here. And you'll see I do have some already cut out ones from another project. I just stuck in here so that I have them all together. They don't come with evening evergreen ones inside of them. Those are from the die cuts. Okay, and then I'm just going to place a little bit of glue on the side of my bottle here. A couple little dots for my holly leaves. And these just take a few seconds. They're kind of like a mesh material, so they take a few seconds just to grab hold. So we'll just hold those down. And you could build up more of the greenery and stuff like that in the bottle. The sprig that comes in the Bottled of Happiness, I've just cut those out. I just have a bunch of scraps on my desk. You could use that one instead if you wanted to, or you could cut this out of soft seafoam that kind of matches what's in the designer series paper. So you kind of customize this to what paper you're using, I would say. And then I use the cherry cobbler ones to act as holly berries. If I can pick it up here. If I use my take your pick tool, it'll probably be easier. It's such a bad habit to use my scissors. I literally have like 3 or 4 take your pick tools. Come on, baby. There we go. I'm going to put that one there. Do it a little bit different. Okay, so that's our Festive Pearls. And that's the card pretty much completed. Now you could add Wink of Stella, you could do whatever you wanted to jazz her up, but simple and easy to do. And then I'll bring back in the one I showed you at the beginning. So what do you think? You like that card? Rhonda says, cute card. Let's get into the spirit. A good sentiment. Yes, I have another card here I'm going to show you in 2 seconds that has that in the 2 different versions. But I'm going to show you one that I cased it from Anna Wheaton, but it shows a lot of ways to use those. Oh, what are those silly little things called? I can't remember the name of anything, you guys. The loose flower flourishes. So those little things that I bought that I don't know what to do with, I saw this card and I'm like, what a great idea to put all those on. So this is Anna Wheaton that came up with this at Nudge Inc. She's called. She's an Australian demo. And she also used the brass butterflies. And I thought this one was kind of cute. Just simple, easy. Just jazz it up with a lot of the flower embellishments and stuff like that. You may, if you mailed this, you may want to protect it with something to make sure that the mail didn't crush it. But those little flowers are pretty sturdy. So here is a layout that I found that I really liked. And I've done it with the Bottled Happiness and the Vintage Christmas in just 2 different sort of styles. Used the designer series paper to kind of give the card a pop. And then, of course, just stamped the bottles in a lineup. So there's that sentiment that you just brought up, Rhonda, that let's get into the spirit. And just simple. The linen thread, of course, is my favorite. Oh, that's not linen thread. Sorry, that's crumb cake thread. This has got linen thread on it. Just sort of looped in behind. Same here, looped into the bottle, and then it's got the Happy Holidays little stamp set stamp that comes in the Vintage Christmas. So nice and simple and easy. Great way to use up your designer series paper and just add a quick little image stamped on top. This one's obviously on dimensionals to make it look like it's popping out in front of those other ones, and using the sprig, of course, out of Bottled Happiness as well. So very easy, simple cards to do, but that bottle really packs a punch when you use it in different ways. And then, of course, I will have extra samples on Wednesday to show you on my Facebook page. So if you're not following there, you want to head over there and follow it so that you don't miss out on all those extra samples. And what else do I have to tell you? Oh, if you haven't seen, I haven't posted yet. I'm going to get on that today later on. The new paper pumpkin kit is that Sweet Sunflowers, and it's so beautiful. And you're going to get some gold honeycomb layovers in the kit for free, and you get 2 stamping spots in what colors? Crushed curry and soft suede. So to be able to do like a 2-step stamping with the sunflowers, and it's gorgeous. You'll see this isn't a very good printout, but when I post later on today, it'll be posted to the top so that you can see, because the deadline is August the 10th. And if you want that kit, you'll want to get on that now, because I think it's going to be very popular because it's gorgeous. I love sunflowers, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get 2 kits. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I will be back not next week, the week after. So August, whatever that works out to be, the first Saturday in August. I don't have my calendar up on the wall yet. Switched over to August, so I don't know. And my other calendar's on my phone. So that is all, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon and much more often on my Facebook page as well. So take care, paper hugs, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.